Hey, welcome to your day off. My name's Courtney. Of course, sit with my bud Tony. What's up, bud?
What's up, bud? What's going on?
So all that noise that you're hearing, that's we're at Premiere Orlando. This is our second year here, and it's been a very dope weekend, I think, right?
It's been amazing. I love it in the sense of, this time last year, we weren't really, a podcast that anybody knew of. And being here last year gave us the opportunity to meet wonderful, wonderful people. And it really just, it's been so kind. It's
been amazing.
Yeah, I feel blessed.
Incredibly blessed. And it's really cool because we get to pick up people and talk to them on the fly here.
Yeah, and today's guest right now, I think she has one of the coolest Instagram handles out there.
I agree with you, actually. Today we're talking to the hairy godmother, Amanda Lyberger. And it's really cool because Amanda was actually the very first Schedule City Cares award winner, right?
Yeah.
Or grant winner.
Grant
They call it
winner,
grant winner. Grant winner. So
5 G's.
5 G's. So Amanda won $5,000, and we're very proud because it was actually awarded at our event that we did with Presley Poe and Friends in April. And again, you guys are probably gonna get bored of me saying it, but there's not enough good things that we can say about Schedulicity and what they're doing for the people.
Yeah, so we'll get into that story. How she, how did she feel when she won it, and what she's doing with it. And,
I think I have videos of how she felt when she won it.
Yeah, that's true. There's a few tears there.
I'm a crybaby.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So, Miss Amanda Lyberger, welcome to your day off.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. We're glad you're sitting here. We're glad we have the opportunity to finally do a podcast with you and get into all the wonderful things that Schedulicity saw in you as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Dallas, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I just moved to New Orleans about 3 weeks ago.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get that part of the story in this side. How did you kind of find hair? Did you...
I was a terrible scene kid. And I think I used a can of hairspray before school every morning. And then I loved art class, but my mom kept saying I couldn't make a living doing art.
Right. Thanks, Mom.
I know, right? So sweet. She still asks me if I'm sure I want to be a hairdresser.
You're like, look at this hair, bro.
Years.
Look at this hair.
But basically, I always loved to do hair, and I graduated from high school about a year early, and I immediately went to hair school and graduated when I was 17 from hair school.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A month before my 18th birthday.
Word up, dog. Good job.
That's impressive.
You ain't kidding, man. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I think I finished high school maybe a year late.
You were 2 years in his career before he graduated high school.
Yeah, for real.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
So you went to actual hair school, so you didn't do like a trade school? Or how does it work in Texas?
You can do high school assist programs, but I did a regular hair school. I went to a little tiny hair school out in the middle of nowhere. I went to Hillsborough Beauty College.
Hillsborough? That just says like sets to me, right?
Oh my God, yeah. So when you told your parents, hey, I want to go to hair school, how did they react?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been in like honors programs my entire life, and my dad was like, "Are you sure? I thought you wanted to be a lawyer," which is super rich coming from him. But my mom is a doctor, so she was like, "As long as you're doing something, I guess."
I don't know if that's good support or not.
I mean, it's cool. They've come to accept it.
Right. Well, at least
cool.
they didn't try to, make her feel guilty.
No, right. Exactly. Like on your own, on your own way, right?
Yeah, they provided me with all the tools that I needed for success, and that's a lot more than I can say for some people's parents. So.
Right. So after you got out of hair school, what was your track then? Did you,
I actually worked at Great Clips for 2 years.
Word.
I was, I think at the time, the youngest award-winning manager at Great Clips because I was 18.
Uh-huh.
And it was a strange occurrence. I became a manager before going to manager training because of a family emergency of my manager and a owner switch during the emergency. I was thrown into it, and I was the only person at the salon who spoke fluent English.
Oh.
So I automatically became manager.
Do you speak something other than English as well?
No, I wish.
Just
Texas schools, you know.
silliness. So what? So you said you won the award. What was the award?
Our salon went from the bottom 100, the bottom 5 in the 100 salons in, I think, either the Dallas area or the Texas area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been like 7 years. But to the top, the 8th in like a year.
In like revenue and stuff like that, or
Revenue, product sales, cut times, they average all of it together.
that's pretty cool. And then
That's a huge jump.
You ain't kidding. So, how did you manifest that?
We had really awesome, the owner switch was so beneficial, and I was like so young and eager to learn that I was super excited. I went to a beauty school that didn't have retail, so I didn't know how to sell products. I was never
Right.
taught how to sell products. My first job was in the hair industry because I was too young to get like a real job before
Sure.
then.
Right, yeah.
So I went straight to Great Clips, which, you know, as a 18-year-old making way more money than your friends, I was like, yeah, big baller.
Big baller. Big
Yeah.
baller Amanda.
Now I'm like, ooh, $9 an hour, big ballin'.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
That's funny.
So, I mean, you're kind of known for doing like vivid colors and stuff like that. Like, what was that track like, and how did you
How did you find that?
Yeah, exactly.
I started, well, as I told you, I was a terrible scene kid. And so were all my friends. And I started doing color in my bathroom when I was working at Great Clips in my kitchen and stuff. And
We've all been there.
Right. And eventually, after 2 years at Great Clips, I was ignoring my own like personal health and stuff, and I realized that I was working for the man. You know, I wasn't working on my own self or for myself, and it was taking a toll on my health. So I decided to try to work at a commission salon for 6 months, and I had to drive like an hour a day, and it was tiny. And you know, the boss was really nice, but when she wasn't there, some of the commission-based girls were kind of, you know, catty. And so
Right.
my mom was like, she had a building for rent. She's a medical esthetician. And so she was like, well, if you can use my room, if you can pay your bills in 2 months, I'll help you for 2 months. And after that, you've got to find something else if it doesn't work out. And I paid my bills the first month. And it's been 6 years ever since then.
6 years since you kind of
Since-
been on your own,
Yep.
essentially. That's pretty cool, man.
That's impressive too.
I know, right?
You think so until a 21-year-old is like, wait, I have to pay taxes?
Uncle Sam don't care.
I didn't save anything.
Oh no. You weren't educated on that?
Huh?
You weren't educated on
No.
paying your taxes, pay your
No.
taxes, Amanda? Oh my
I had
God.
no idea. The first year I had to borrow money from my mom and then pay her back by the month.
Pay your bills.
I know.
So she said she paid her bills, but there's one part of her bill she forgot to pay.
I totally,
Right.
yeah. Taxes. I didn't think about the government.
They count?
Welcome
Aw,
to
man.
America.
Exactly. So then at that point you were in a sweet salon or sweet
Yes.
situation?
Yeah.
That's cool. And then dude, that must have been nerve-wracking.
Oh, super nerve-wracking. The
Uh-huh.
first month, thankfully, my mom told me that she would cover the 2 months if I couldn't cover. So I had a bigger safety net than I think a lot of people have, which
Absolutely.
I'm forever grateful for. But I didn't end up needing it, which is kind
Even
of
better.
what convinced me to take the move, you know?
That's cool. And then when did you like the Hairy Godmother? Like, tell us about that person.
So, my old Instagram name used to be Amanda Harry Potterhead. And my little brother convinced me that it was too long. He's 3 years younger than me, and
You're a big Harry Potter fan?
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan.
We had one of those yesterday.
Yeah, Christina Kreidel. She has a Harry Potter bathroom
She's
in her salon.
precious.
She's awesome.
She's got the new baby, right?
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
I saw her with the baby last night partying. I was like, hilarious.
Yeah,
She's
it's pretty
drinking
cool.
over a baby.
Yeah, I might have witnessed that. So Harry, what was your handle before?
It was Amanda Harry Potterhead.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Yeah, it was too long to put on watermarks. And I was
Right.
like, no.
You watermark it, you're like, where'd the picture go?
Right. I was like, the hair's not long enough.
That's hilarious. So then you changed to the Hairy Godmother with 2 R's,
with
right?
2 R's. 1 R was taken, and the lady hasn't been on Instagram since 2014, so I kept
she
reporting
doing?
her account, but they wouldn't let me have it.
They suck.
I need somebody who's got an in at Instagram.
Right.
we all need somebody that has an in at
Yeah,
Instagram.
give me back my R.
Right.
Or you'll give back
Oh,
your
I'll
R.
give back the R, yeah.
You'll give back
You
your
can
R.
have that.
Yeah.
Keep the change.
That's awesome. When did you start using Schedulicity?
I started using Schedulicity about, I think, 3.5 or 4 years ago. It changed my life. I do such weird custom appointments because 90% of my clientele are Vivids that I never thought that I would be able to have an automated program, only because everything I do is so like weirdly custom. It's not like I have, an hour for a root retouch, because I only have 2 of those clients.
Right.
And so, with my average appointment time being like 4 hours, the first month I got it, I just timed it out and made sure, and I made people come in for consults, which was one of the hugest things of like most helpful things of my career, because it weeds out people who aren't serious, and you get an actual look at their hair instead of through a picture where you can't tell how fried their hair is or whatever. So that way I could look at their hair and say, okay, go back home, book a 3.5 hour appointment on Schedulicity. So my appointments are kind of structured hour-wise. My ex actually made me get it because I was answering like 40 messages a day, and it was driving me nuts.
That's crazy. So I guess the question would be like, why did you choose Schedulicity over some of the other apps?
So I tried Square, and none of my clients could figure it out. I had like a tester pool of 5 of my friends who were helping me test out all of these. I got a style seat, and I couldn't figure that out. And then I tried Booksy, and my clients said that they liked Schedulicity better. So I went with my clients' opinions because they're the ones going to be using it the most often.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I know that the guys there, or the people over there, are big fans of yours, and they've done.
They're so sweet.
So great, right?
Michael and Jerry.
They're angels.
Yeah, and just the whole team is great.
Oh my God, the rock stars, amazing.
That's cool. Actually, Michael and Jerry brought Amanda to our Presley Poe event, right?
Yes.
Actually, they brought you up, right?
They sure did. I was like, oh my Lord.
Hold on. What was that like? Like, did Jerry call you, or?
Yes, he called me.
What did he say?
Do y'all know how he found me?
No, you're gonna tell us though.
Yes, I am. So I actually stole this stupid meme of Peter Griffin with long fingernails on the computer typing, and it was like, me, I have a 9:30 and a 4, and clients would be like, how about a noon? And I was like, not my problem, thanks to Schedulicity.
Right.
And they thought it was so funny. They messaged me, and they were like, we just showed it to our whole staff at the staff meeting. And then
so cool.
They messaged me like another week later, and they were like, what's your phone number? We want to give you a call. And then I think about 3 weeks later, he called me, and we just talked on the phone for like an hour. And he was like, well, what's your schedule like? And it was actually in the segue between my moves. And so it was actually the most open my schedule's probably been in the last 5 years. And I was like, yeah, I can come to that expensive hair event.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That was awesome. And at the hair event, did you have any idea that you were going to get presented that award?
I had no idea. And my friend Victoria came with me. She picked me up from the Baltimore airport and gave me a ride. And then Jerry invited her too. And she knew. He told her when I was in the bathroom.
Oh.
And she turned the camera to my face and was like, it's you.
Oh.
And I was a big crybaby. I cried.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
we have that on film.
Yeah, we have it all on video.
Terrible. I'm an ugly crier. Delete it.
Never. So, just to rehash. So, again, Amanda was the very first winner of Schedulicity Cares, and what Schedulicity is doing is giving away $5,000 a month to a hairdresser, $5,000 a month to a barber, and $5,000 a month to what do they call it, like a wellness professional or something like that.
Is that like yoga people?
Yoga
like
people. I think like yoga people. That's just whoever's using the app. And I mean, again, we were very honored that it happened at our event, but then you won it, and like, what did that feel like, and what was that?
Oh my gosh, I was literally so happy because I've been so stressed about the move. Like, we've had several property issues, and so, I got the $5,000, and I was like, I can buy a new air conditioning unit.
That was it.
Jerry's like, show me pictures of everything you bought with it, and I'm like, here it is.
Just show them a thermostat.
I'm like, I got new ductwork.
But what a relief, right? I mean, otherwise.
Oh my gosh. I hope so. It'll be installed when I get back.
Right. Oh, nice. You'll be able to test it out.
Yeah, I ripped up all my tiles without it, so that was great. It's like 90 degrees and like 90% humidity in New Orleans. So
what made you decide to move to New Orleans?
I've
From
loved
Dallas,
it.
right?
Yeah, from Dallas.
I've lived in Dallas my whole life, and it's kind of a like businessy, very conservative city, and it's kind of amazing that I've carved out such a vivid niche for myself in the first place. I mean, Dallas is huge. DFW alone, I think, is 8 million people, and so there's bound to be some people with rainbow hair, and I think I found them all.
Right.
But
They're all very depressed right now.
Right, they're
'Cause you're not
no,
there.
for real. I've had 7 text messages in the last week being like, so how do I dye my own hair? No, sir. But I have always loved New Orleans ever since I was a little kid. When I went with my mom when I was 8, I told her I was going to grow up and live in New Orleans. And me and my fiance were like talking down the future and where we want to raise kids and stuff. And I didn't really want to raise my kids in Dallas. And we went to New Orleans for both of our birthdays and our anniversary. And she was like, I love New Orleans. And we were thinking about moving to California, and I guest spotted there for almost 10 months before we just kept having disastrous trips after disastrous trips.
Right.
And when I got back, my mom was like, why California? Why? You always said you were going to live in New Orleans when you were little. And that's so much closer to home. And then we looked at properties, and I was like, oh my God, I could have a 400 square foot bedroom in Compton, or I could have a 2-bedroom in the Garden District.
Easy peasy then, right?
Right.
Garden District it is.
Well, now I'm in Broadmoor, but I got a 750 square foot salon. It's my cute little place. I like it.
A cute little place. So you're back in a suite, or?
It's my own building. Yeah, I sold my house in Dallas, and I bought a salon with money.
Like you bought the salon,
Yes.
or like you actually
I
own the
purchased
property?
building. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Tap it out, dude. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
That is
Good
fab-
job.
Thank you. My contract on my house closes, so I had to borrow money from my Nana, the Bank of Nana. Which people are like, that's so sweet of her. And I'm like, yeah, at 4%.
Right.
Really? She charge you interest?
I know. I'm like, dang, old lady. She's a hard woman.
Right.
But what a great lesson, right?
Oh, yeah. She's
You
always
hear
been
that, kids?
good to us.
You hear that?
4% return. So how long have you been in that salon?
To the New Orleans salon,
Yeah.
I purchased it on the 17th of April, and I couldn't get there until the 28th of April. So, and then I was there for 10 days, painting and ripping out floors, and then I was in Dallas for 10 days, and then I was at the Schedulicity event, and then I was, the Presley Poe and Friends event, and then I was back in New Orleans for 5 days, and then here.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Or
been a
I don't know
whirlwind.
if that makes any
April, May, whatever. It
numerical
worked.
sense. Something like that.
You rolling.
I know.
Yeah.
So have you actually worked in the salon and killed all
No,
that?
the
Yeah.
floors are still drying.
That's crazy.
I don't have a shampoo bowl yet. I
They're
broke
coming.
it.
They're coming. They're coming, man.
So no, you're not even working in Dallas? Well,
I am working in Dallas in between.
yeah.
Yep.
Pay for those floors.
Yes. Thankfully,
Schedulicity paid for the AC unit.
right? I did most of the floors myself. So,
Good deal, man.
yeah.
So how long was it from congratulations, Amanda, you're the winner of, until you actually received your check?
I think it might have been about 2 weeks, but I think it took me a little longer to cash it because it was sent to Dallas and I was in New Orleans.
Oh,
Right, exactly.
So I said, it's waiting for me. I just got to get home.
That's so cool.
that was crazy.
I know. I not to like live here, but I just can't believe what they're doing for the people in our industry.
No,
You know,
it's
crazy.
amazing. I applied actually for about 20 different grants, some with essays, some with videos, for gay business owners and female business owners and salon owners and young entrepreneurs and all sorts of different categories. And I, some of them even cost money to enter, and
Right.
I didn't win a single one.
You won the one.
I did. I won the one I didn't even apply for.
That's how it works
It
sometimes.
didn't even exist yet.
That's awesome.
That's so incredible, really. So, I mean, my instinct says we got to talk in a year because I'm dying to know how it like kind of works out in New Orleans and all that kind of stuff.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You'll have to come see the salon in a year.
I would love to
You
take
guys
a trip down
gotta
there.
come visit me because it's so
Absolutely.
much fun. I love New Orleans so much.
I've actually never been.
You've never
Have
been?
you been?
Just for one day, and it was just in the middle of the day. We stopped by because we were driving through, so we're here.
Might as well hang out for a bit, right?
Yeah.
You've got to go back. Y'all have to come visit me in a year.
Can I get some Vivid hair?
Of course.
Can I get some Vivid beards?
Vivid beard,
Neon
yeah.
green.
I look like a troll.
I'm on a neon green kick. I don't know.
Right. Obviously.
Yeah,
Meaning that she has neon green.
I do.
So what are you doing like to market yourself in New Orleans? It must be like a weird, like this weird transition. You're like, you exist, but you don't really exist.
It's wild. I'm actually super crazy, and I have like all these lists and stuff. I have a giant location tag list to rotate locations on my Instagram posts. So I've compiled like a list of all of the maybe top 30 like tourist attractions or even like local attractions that appeal to like local people as well to rotate as tagging my photos at. And then I also have like 6 different hashtag lists that are like suburbs of New Orleans or New Orleans culture groups, just, hashtag New Orleans foodie and stuff like that.
So let's get into that a little bit. So kind of explain to the listeners like what that all means and like and how it and where you see the benefit from it.
So basically, Instagram, it's free advertisement. So Instagram gives you all these tools to utilize. You can tag 20 companies in every post. You can use 30 hashtags, and you can location tag. If somebody's stalking a location tag, like say, oh my gosh, what's happening at Coachella? I want to see what everybody's tagging. You can just search it on the Instagram search bar and then look and see what everybody's tagged at Coachella. And so, I'll do fun locations around New Orleans because my hair pictures, they pop out. Because obviously I didn't do the hair at the Audubon Butterfly Museum.
Right.
But when people go and think, oh my God, I want to see the butterflies, and then they go and look and there's hair color that looks like a butterfly, they're like, what is that? And then, even if I get one follower from that, it
was worth the free advertising.
Worth the free advertising.
You know what's crazy
That's
is that it's so genius because she's like, my hair color will pop out from again like the butterflies or whatever, as opposed to like drowning in other hair pictures.
And I do that too.
Well, we all do.
But I try to rotate them. Right now I'm focusing on local marketing, whereas in the past when, my clientele books were pretty full in Dallas, I would just kind of try to get in with the inner like hair industry people rather than consumer-based marketing. Mm-hmm. But now I'm all, please, New Orleans locals, come see me.
That's pretty. Have you had people reach out to you?
Yeah,
already?
I've had like over 10. And I save them in a little list, and I'm going to send them my grand invite when I figure out when that's going to be.
So stay tuned.
Right.
So are you the only one? Are you bringing other artists in? Are you going to?
Well, right now I'm running a little bit low on funds to remodel some of the other rooms. I have 4 rooms. One of them I want to make into a photo studio, which is easy. I don't have to remodel anything. I can just put up photo paper. And then one of them is my room, and it's being remodeled. And then the break room, I'm not touching it, except for putting some washers and dryers into it. And then one of them I would like to turn into like a rent by the day room if somebody wanted to come guest spot in New Orleans. And my salon is going to be really visually stunning, kind of like kaleidoscope dropped into a 90s vaporwave pinball machine type of look.
Oh, I see it exactly.
And so, yeah. The Spice World tour bus. And so,
Spice up my life.
yeah, so I figured it could also be a type of attraction, with all these Instagram-y photo art pop-up museums that are like interactive art exhibits. I figured my salon can be kind of a work of art because my second hobby is crafting.
It's crafting?
Yeah, I love hot glue.
We have to introduce you. He's actually here this weekend. We have to introduce you to Dre from the Craft Look. He does the Craft Lookbook in LA, which is this amazing.
I follow them.
Yeah. So Dre's here, so we'll definitely we'll introduce you guys.
Yeah.
Today. He's the right
I think
dude.
one of my friends in California won like a thingy to do the Craft Lookbook with Philip Wolf last year, maybe.
Oh, was that what was his name?
Her name's Danny.
That wasn't the person that we ran into, right?
No.
No, because we were out there and there was this collab kind of thing going on when we were out there with the Modern Salon event. Because that was a dude too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a dude that. So this guy got to collab with Phil, so it was really
Yeah.
cool. You know,
What a cool opportunity.
Yeah, right.
He's
That's
a genius.
Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees with you. You know, that's so crazy.
Yeah, so let's get into the tribe a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, my
Yeah. What brought you here, dog?
Yeah.
What family brought you here?
My unicorn tribe.
That's
My
awesome.
babies.
Yeah.
I have been a member of the Unicorn Tribe since I was below 3,000 followers. And Mama, Alice Maya, I call her Mama, she found me way back in the day. And I felt so happy to be included in something because my friends were seriously so tired of me talking about hair. And
You had to find your hair people.
yes, I had to find my hair family. And they really are family.
How did it get started? How did the tribe start?
I think Alice's customers started calling her salon the Unicorn Tribe. And then she decided to just add in a bunch of like-minded kinds, community over ego type, people to the tribe. And then it started kind of as a Facebook forum to where we could go and, talk about our daily troubles, or even because we're all like kind of vivid specialists, we can go and do more like specialty questions because, you post in like a hairdresser education forum with 700,000 followers and you say, hey, I'm looking for a direct eye black that removes. Everybody and their grandmother's going to go, black won't come out.
Right.
But if you post it in the tribe, somebody might say, I would in particular be like, oh, Pulp Riot black removes like a light pink,
Right, that's so
type
cool.
of thing. So it's like specialty questions that the normal hairdresser probably wouldn't know the answer to.
And you get, like, you go, oh, I need a black that, and then like they're gonna give you 1,000
list.
different brands. And you're like,
Yes.
well, this is no help.
I've
'cause
never even heard of that brand. Right.
like I was looking for something specific, never give 1,000 others, and you're like, oh, this just makes it more confusing, more than clarity, That's cool. So they brought you down here. What are they doing this weekend at Premiere?
We are doing a color stage presentation Monday at 1 p.m. Basically, we have a contest going. There are 5 platinum contestants and 5 vivid color contestants, and they are battling it out for $1,000 grand prize each.
What?
Oh,
Yes.
wow, that's cool.
That's
With
so cool.
Alice Maya and Hair Like a Boss. It's Daniel.
Yeah, we got to hang out with him a little bit last night.
He's
yeah.
an angel. He's hilarious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're talking about starting a fake feud. I guess now it's not a secret.
Yeah. So, edit point.
Right, yeah.
So
take
now
it
when
out.
they see it, they'd be like, oh, that's fake.
That's right.
Right, yeah. I'll be like, your mama.
Right. Was that your mama's fake?
Yeah, whatever,
Whatever. However fits.
Everything about your mama. I don't know.
Your mama universal.
TM.
So do you have any idea when you're going to open or anything?
Hopefully the middle of June. With this air conditioner being installed right now, I can go back and put the 3rd coat of polyurethane on my floor, and then I can actually get my shampoo bowl in. And then, I'll be ready to rumble almost.
Oh, that's exciting.
So, dude, you're polyurethaning your floor?
Yeah, I ripped up all my tiles, and then I concrete grinded it, and then I painted it with black paint, and then I put iridescent black glitter all over it, so that when the light hits it, it's like screaming rainbows, but it's black so that I can't ruin it with vivid colors, because
Right.
I tried to have a gray floor, and it worked for about a year.
And will the polyurethane, will that keep it from
It's
staining?
like the clear coating, so
Yeah.
the glitter doesn't have like a texture on the floor. Like it's very like shiny and clear.
Does it get slick when the hair gets on the floor?
Yeah.
This
Yep, sure does.
is a man with a bruise in the back of her head.
True. And my knee.
And my
Oh,
name.
yeah. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. No Shine products on that floor.
Right.
I'm an addict too. I love
I like Shine
sprays.
products. Oh my gosh.
I don't use hairspray at all, but I'm like.
You ever use it
17?
and then you get nervous about your client standing up? You're like, this floor is really slick. Watch your step.
Thankfully, I've got that like cool ergonomic mat, so it's like a little bit textured,
Oh, so it
but
like absorbs it
sometimes.
without like making
Also,
a
I'm
skating
like a
rink.
mess, so there's also probably like a bunch of bleach and like powder on the floor soaking it up.
It's a cleaning solution. It's fine.
I don't know if y'all follow. Am I allowed to curse? I don't
Ooh,
know.
whatever you want.
I don't know if y'all follow Hairfucker, but it's this guy from Russia, and
Yeah.
his floor is hair.
What?
It's hair. It's wild. I saw a photo of it the other day, and I sent it to one of my clients, and I was like, "You thought I didn't sweep up?"
What is it, like ankle deep, or is it like?
I have no idea how the practicality of it works. No, it's not. It's definitely textured. It's definitely there. I don't know if it was like for a photo, if they saved all the hair clippings for like a year, or if that's actually how their floor is. I have no idea, which is wild. I feel like Texas would take away my license.
Yeah. Good thing you're in New Orleans.
Right.
Right.
Just pay the right people. No.
I know, right? I think, you should probably reach out to Ricky because, he left a lot of Vivid's clients over there in New Orleans.
He's a sweetie.
Yeah. It's so, this is the first time that we've actually seen him since his accident. And it's just really, really nice to kind of see him like back in action, back on Ricky being Ricky, right?
Getting his groove back.
Yeah,
Poor
exactly.
babe. Motorcycles is scary.
Yeah, no doubt. Even when they're scooters.
Oh, it was a scooter?
I think so.
It was a pimped up.
It's a pimped up scooter.
I just got a Vespa. I bought it from my grandma, who bought it from my sister, who won it at a college basketball game.
Nana charged her 4%.
Nana took some off because they've been sitting in the barn for 10 years.
A Vespa's pretty cool, though.
Yeah,
right?
it. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Oklahoma State, but it has Pistol Pete's face on it, so it's hilarious.
Are you gonna get beat up in New Orleans, though?
Probably. No, they'll probably just laugh at me.
You're like, look at that.
Yeah. Yep. They'll be like, look at these two new white lesbians that moved on our block that drive a angry cowboy.
But on a Vespa, kind of smooths it out a little bit. Can't be that angry on a Vespa.
No. The Vespa is an angry cowboy. That's the motto for Oklahoma State. It's the angry like Pistol Pete. So he's a cowboy that looks like this, making an angry face.
That's funny.
On an audio format, which is pretty awesome.
Tried to explain it.
It worked. Dude. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Well,
thanks for
thank you
being
guys for
here.
having me.
It's such a pleasure to meet. I mean, we've met a few times now, so not meet you, but kind of get to hang out with you and kind of get to. We're friends. We're buddies. We're buddies. Again, just thanks. Thanks for giving us your time, and we'll let you go because we know you have a ton of work to do in the back there.
No, please keep me longer.
Because she has a ton of work to do in the back.
I'm gonna sit in the corner and pretend like I'm still here.
Still chatting.
Yep.
Amanda, thank you very much.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Y'all are angels.
And thanks for joining us on your day off. Hey, so there it is. Hey, this is a message that we've been trying to bring, I don't know, for the last couple of months, actually since we started the podcast. Hey, so if you like the podcast or if you find that it's useful, please leave us a review, a 5-star review on iTunes. Leave us a rating and a review.
But if you don't like it, forget about it.
Yeah, totally forget about this message. We also want to thank Sarah and Blaine from Pretty Gritty. Sarah and Blaine, they are a band out of Portland, Oregon, and we just want to thank them very much for allowing us to use their song, Pleased to Meet You, on our podcast. That's cool. I think you can find, actually you can find their music on iTunes.
Peace and hair grease.